Hello dear, welcome to the best course on web development. Today's topic is titled Attribute. You already know that HTML uses tags and elements to structure a web page. A browser such as Google Chrome understands these tags and elements. That is why we can see content display on the browser instead of the written code. Simply put, as a browser interprets the code and render the content for us to see. Today we want to talk about the behavior of tags and elements. This is known as attribute. An attribute determines how an element is going to behave. Today I'm going to be introducing you to a new tag known as the image tag. As the name implies, the image tag is used to add images to a website. So firstly, we need to search for an image in our computer. I've seen one and it's known as bg6.jpg. So I'm going to cut bg6.jpg into the web folder we created earlier. Now that we have done this, we'll go back to our Sublime Text and code the image tag. Just like every other tag, the image tag is unique and it has the written symbol img. Whenever you write the img, you have just succeeded in adding image tag to a web page. We are going to save this and run in a browser. When you save this and run in a browser, you will discover that nothing happened. The reason why nothing happened is because we have not modified the behavior of the image tag. So in order for we to modify the behavior of the image tag, we need to introduce a concept known as attribute. Image has an attribute that is known as sroc. The sroc attribute simply stands for source. Source in the sense that the part where the image lies. So the part where the image lies is web, which index.html also lies, and the name of the image is known as bg6.jpg. So for that reason, we'll just include bg6.jpg. Ctrl S that and run in a browser. When you run this in a browser, you discover that we have just successfully added an image to our website. Before we move on, I just want to show you something about the image tag. If you try to close the image tag, you will discover that you cannot close the image tag. It simply means that the image tag only have an opening tag. There is no closing tag. This type of tag that have only opening tag and no closing tag is known as the void tag. So in HTML, there are many types of attributes, but the attributes that I'll be using consistently is the class attribute and the ID attribute. So for instance, you can declare class attribute like this or the ID attribute like this. This is known as an attribute, and whatever is written inside of this place is known as the attribute value. Let's take for instance our image. The sroc is known as the attribute name equal to a particular value that is inside a column. That is known as the attribute value. So to recap what we have done today, attribute determine how a particular element or tag behave. Now some of you may want to stay organized by putting all your images inside one folder. So I'm going to create a folder. We'll call this folder images, and I'm going to be putting all my images inside of this folder. Ctrl X that and take it inside the image folder. Ctrl S that and run in a browser, you will discover that there is no image in this place. And the reason why there is no image is because we have not specified the file path of that particular image. So in order for you to solve this problem in case you encounter it, just come to the front aspect and write the name of the image, the name of the folder, that is images. Then you put a / the name of the image. So when you do this, Ctrl S that, run it in your browser, and you will see the image. So we are going to pause this episode right here. Hope it was fun for you. Goodbye and remain blessed.